We live? Perfect. Yo, what's happening, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Candyman once again on the live podcast with another legendary podcast. A very successful guest that we have today. We're reporting live off my personal Facebook page, my Facebook like page, my YouTube channel, Twitch, and Twitter. You're also listening from Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Radio Public, Podvine, Pocket Cast, Overcast, Castro, Podbean, Listen Notes, and Podchaser. Yes, I was reading. So for those of y'all saying, "What's he looking at in the corner?" I had to read it because I wanted to sound right. You feel me?
I feel you. I have index cards. I should show you. Look, I buy these from the dollar store and I write down everything I need to say.
Hey, gotta take notes.
Yeah.
Gotta take notes. But today on the Candy Shop, heard in 55 countries, we are today here with today. I don't know why I keep saying today, but y'all gonna learn today. We are with Yolanda McKinzie. She is the founder of the nonprofit organization Lady Zinnia's Inc. Did I say it right?
Lady Zinnia's Inc.
Zinnia's. Let me start that over.
It's the flower.
Zinnia. Okay. And I love plants. Let's start over. The founder of the nonprofit Lady Zinnia's Inc. She's also the host of SipNTalk with Londa, a fellow hub manager for Famiglia Doro TV, because I'm the one in Missouri, you know what I'm saying? We had to, we got a little connection already going on here. And she also has an online store, Clathhet accessories and fashion.
Yes.
Yes, I said it right. See, I'm getting better. But enough about me talking real quick. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself real quick. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself, and we can get more into it.
All right. So, my name is Miss Londa. I'm the host of SipNTalk with Miss Londa. Most of y'all see me go live every Sunday at 6 p.m. I'm also the hub manager for Minnesota with Famiglia Doro TV. Got a couple of different shows coming up, as well as my podcast will be uploaded on there. I have an online business called Clathhet Accessories and Fashions. You guys should check it out. I got a lot of nice things you ladies will like. I also am coming out with my brand, Clathhet. And I also have the nonprofit Lady Zinnia's Incorporated. This is a nonprofit geared towards single mothers and teen girls.
Okay. Let's get it started. So let's talk about let's first of all let's talk about Lady Zinnia. Let's talk about Lady Zinnia. Let's get into that real quick. So, what was the humble beginning of Lady Zinnia's for you? Like, how did that all get started?
So it got started in 2020, October of 2020. But this is something that I always wanted to do. I always said that I wanted to have some type of community center or do something, to give back to the community. Now, I came up with the Lady Zinnia's organization geared towards women and children because there are a lot of single mothers out here and there are a lot of resources needed. And as well as the teen girls, one of the programs that I'm offering is called TAPS, and it's Teens Aiming for Success. And the reason why I'm creating that program for teen girls is for ages 16 to 18 is because I want to see young girls grow up and be able to have stability. So this is a program where they would come through and there's different courses that they will have to go through. And those courses are education, employment services, there'll be resume building. I want to be able to help provide resources where if you need to go on an interview, we can make sure that we get you a voucher to get the proper clothing to go on an interview. I want to be able to provide them with transportation, bus card, you know what I'm saying? And even etiquette, we want to provide etiquette, just, life skills, how to budget, things that you need to function to keep stability in life. And at the end of it, the goal, the incentive is to have them to graduate from the program but the incentive at the end is to be able to put them in an apartment, pay first last month's rent, help them out with the furniture voucher, continue giving them bus cards to get to and from work. And this is so that girls don't have to grow up feeling like they have to depend on. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with if you meet a man and he wants to take care of you, but I think that you should learn stability first. And I want to be able to teach young girls that.
Agreed. So what made you want to pursue this? Is it through personal experience or was it through someone else? Or
Yes, I was a single mother. I raised 4 kids. There was a lot of different resources provided when I was raising my kids, but there could have been more, and a lot of them could have stayed around longer. And then also, just I think that not being taught. I was taught how to be independent, but a lot of people, a lot of us aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. So when did you start the organization?
October of 2020.
Okay. Oh, you just said, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry. Okay, that's wonderful though. Like that's actually something that's like something we need worldwide, especially like these young girls out here. Like, because I know through not really through personal experience, obviously, because I'm not a woman, but I know a lot of girls that when they growing up, they had it hard and they had to really get it like a lot of the hard way. They didn't really have any resources and certain things that went on in their life. They were judged by people and they weren't helped. Like nobody sat down with them and been like, what's really going on? Why are you doing this? Or why they didn't really ask questions. As soon as they seen something that they didn't like or they didn't approve of, they automatically got judged and shunned.
Yeah.
But programs like this is what we need, like especially for Black women, because Black
And
women
also the TAFs program, I feel like it'll be very beneficial to a lot of young girls who end up running away from home or are out here on the streets, even aging out of foster care, because we all know once you age out of foster care, it's just like whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have something in place that's going to keep you stable, then you're going to end up in bad situations. And I think this would be able to help with those type of situations as well.
Beautiful. So how far is this program available? Is it only available right now in your city, or because I know it's growing?
It's actually, I'm designing it. I'm still in the process of designing it.
Okay.
I have my 501c3. My organization is already established, but as far as the programs and getting, the funding, that's the part that I'm working on.
Okay. Yeah, we stand behind you though, for sure.
Thank you.
So, let's get into the next topic. So I'm reading my notes. I don't want to forget nothing. So the nonprofit, you got that going on, and let's get more into the SipNTalk. So, what got you into the show with the SipNTalk?
Because I like to talk. I like to run my mouth. I like to talk about a lot of different things other than, I don't like to talk about politics. I try to stay away from that. But I was talking with someone that I was friends with at the time, and he was mentioning that he wanted to do a sports podcast. And as he was talking, I was thinking like all the things that I want to talk about and voice opinions on, that would be a good idea, to do. So I went on Amazon and I looked up podcasting equipment and I saw a set. I saved it to my wish list. And once I had the money, I ordered it and I just been going from there.
Okay. And I see with the Famiglia Doro TV, I'm the hub manager for Missouri.
Yeah.
And I know you said you were going to get your podcast on there, and that's what I plan on doing too.
Well, my coming soon trailer or thumbnail is already on there.
Okay. Yeah, I got to make mine. I just been all doing everything else, going crazy for real. But yeah, man, I'm so glad. And by the way, get off subject real quick. I'm thankful that you were patient with me because I know we should have been had this going on, but life is just full of whatevers and ups and downs.
Trust me, I've been doing this since 2020, like I said, so I know the pros and the cons, and I know like how things could be. So,
oh yeah, for sure. So I'm guessing the pandemic was really like a wake up call for you. I'm guessing.
it, you know, it must have been because, like, as far as like the nonprofit, like I said, it was something that I always wanted to do, but I always felt like I don't have the money. How am I gonna do it? I don't know how am I gonna do it. But then I was talking to my uncle's wife and was kind of telling her, and she started telling me some things. So I just was like, I started doing my research, and then I just went from there. And then it's like I think about it like, wow, you could have been did this, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Cause that's crazy. Cause like it seems like when the pandemic happened, all this information just got spilled out, and it's just
Yeah,
like you see it, and you're just like, dang, like I could have did this years ago. I could have made this happen a long time ago. And in ways like me personally, like when the pandemic happened, it made me believe in myself in ways that I never even really thought of before. Or like, like it made me move different. Especially being surrounded by a lot of people when the pandemic happened, they choked under pressure and they just
yeah.
gave
And
up
then
on everything.
it was like all the free money that they were giving out. I chose to invest it in things that could keep me going, you know what I'm saying, through life rather than rims or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If that's what people spent their money on, that's fine, that's their business. But I'm just saying, I chose to invest in something that could keep me afloat.
Yes, ma'am. So real quick, so let's get off subject again real quick. I
Okay.
want to know a little bit about your humble beginnings because we didn't get a chance to like chop it up real too well. But this is our chance. So it's new to it's a little bit new to me, a little bit new to the audience. This is all about you anyway. So can you tell us like what was it like growing up? Where you from?
I was born in Gary, Indiana, but I've been living here in Minnesota since the age of 5. We moved here, and it was normal growing up. I mean, I had a mom, a single mom. She was a single mother. She did what she had to do to raise her 3 kids because it was me and I have 2 brothers. I'm the oldest. Um, I got my ass whooped from when I messed up like everybody else. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I had my first child at 17. I've been out on my own since I was 17. So, that's another reason why I feel like I want to be able to provide these resources to single mothers and young teen girls as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely understand that. So I saw on your LinkedIn page that
Oh,
you're you're soon to have a cooking show.
no, I just posted that on my Facebook page. On my LinkedIn page, you probably saw the TV show that I'm working on, which is called Finding Love Minnesota. It's a dating show.
Oh, okay. Now see, I meant okay. So dating show, okay. So okay, what's that like? Have you already had people on the like basically have you had anybody on the show and you're just now editing like the clips and whatnot or?
No, so we're putting it together. I'm actually working with someone that's sponsoring the show. I already have 2 people. I have one guy, one female that we're gonna, be that's gonna be on the show, and we're just kind of working on a date for filming, basically. And then I also have the cooking show that we're gonna be doing. It's called Sip, Cook, and Talk Shit with Miss Londa. So I am going to be having different guests come on the show and make different recipes, short recipes, and while they're cooking, we're gonna be talking shit, you know.
Ah, that seems like a lot of fun. And if you ever need me to be a guest, cause I cook a little something,
Oh,
something,
okay, yes, I just posted that I was looking for some guests. I just posted it in a couple of the groups. you know, if any, because all of these shows are going to be pre-recorded, and once Famiglia Doro launches, they're going to be on there. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, shoot, let me know.
Okay.
Send the invite. Let me know time and day. We can probably set something up. And cook, we can cook on there, talk a little shit. You know what I'm saying? Simple. I don't really drink, but for you, I only really drink on my birthday.
I just want to make it clear to everybody, when I say sip and talk, is whatever you want to sip on. If you sip on water, if you sip on coffee, Pepsi, wine, beer, whatever you sip.
Okay, so I'll bring my little Fiji bottle, and I'll be out there on the popping. You feel me? Yeah. So like with the cook, so let's get into the dating show before the cooking show, because you caught me off guard with the dating show because I was scrolling a little bit too fast. So let's get into the dating show. Where so is it gonna be like? Is it gonna be more like reality TV based, or is it gonna be like real people actually dating, like actually going on real dates?
My idea was to have real people going on dates, but it kind of just didn't kind of work out like that because I haven't really got. So how I planned it in my head was, okay, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna start with a woman first, and I want to at least have 3 guy contestants, but it just, the guys weren't really, they're not grasping it. So I got one guy, so I'm just gonna make it about the 2 of them, and it's gonna kind of be like a reality show, but we're gonna kind of like, because we're doing it pilot style, so we're gonna kind of be a little bit in their business, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
a little nosy, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was gonna be like, so I'm guessing like you were trying to have it like one person, and then like they go on different dates with different people, and then see like.
Yeah, so how I had planned it is I was going to have the girl come on, she do her introduction, we'll talk about what it is that she's looking for, some of the things she does, what she has going on, and then the next one would have been the guys. We would meet the guys, and then she would go on the date with each one of them. And then we'd have another episode where they come back and they tell us about each date. And then the last episode would have been elimination. Now, out of these 3 guys, which 2 are you going to eliminate, and which one are you going home with? But it just didn't work out that way.
Okay. Well, you never know. It probably didn't work for that one, but the next, you never know. Some folks might be lining up. They love people.
And honestly, I think that once they see it launch and see that it's really real, I think then we're gonna have a better luck. So I have faith in it. I have faith.
Same. I believe in you.
Thank you.
All righty. So now let's talk about the cooking show. How we be cooking it up. So are you a chef yourself?
Oh, I know how to cook.
Ooh.
Yeah, my mama, my grandmother, I got my recipes from, I got a cousin that cooks. I got recipes from my mom. I got recipes from my aunt. So I know how to cook. I'll take all those things and I kind of do it my own way. But yeah, I can throw down.
Well, walking cookbook. Do you got your own like private recipe book, or how's that go?
No, I don't have any recipes. I just go off of what I was taught coming up, and how I like to eat and how I like for it to taste.
Okay.
But these aren't going to be like major meals. Like we just, for the trailer, we just did this past Saturday loaded baked potatoes. So it'll be, kind of like things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, because I'm actually trying to once I get a couple of things off my credit cleared up, I'm actually trying to go to school online. It's this school called Escoffier. It's French. I don't know what it's French for, but it's a culinary school. But they have a program where you can get a culinary degree in plant-based foods. And I used to claim veganism, but I didn't know how deep it was until I did my research. And I had a friend call me out as a joke, but then like once I realized what they said, and I was like, oh, I can't be claiming no veganism now because some real vegans come up and they're gonna be like, yeah, you need to fall back. You set tripping up here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like real quick, I like the story was I was at a friend's house and we was just chilling with my peoples or whatever. And he was like, so you say you vegan, right? I was like, yeah, I'm vegan, I'm proud, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, so if you really vegan, right? Why are you sitting on that leather chair? And I had to stop and think. I'm like, I am sitting on a leather chair. Because real vegans, like they don't anything animal product, they don't touch. I remember I seen a lady at the grocery store this one day when I was working at Save a Lot back in Ohio. She like her kids almost touched like some meat or something, or like some packaging like some meat wrapped in it. She was like, nah, don't touch that, You gotta wash your hands, all that. Like they really don't play that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to fall back. I'm in the process still, but I'm not gonna lie. Like last week, whoa. Woo! Domino's, took a couple of my dollars, man. Because where I live, Domino's, they deliver in like less than 10 minutes because I live on a college campus. So it's like, and your boy was hungry. I ain't even gonna lie, a little short on cash, but late night, but that Domino's pulled up on your boy and saved your stomach problems. You feel me? But that's one of the things I want to get into too, like cooking a lot more and like getting paid for it. Now, do you like you said basically your whole family cooking? So
Yeah.
and you said, are those going to be pre-recorded episodes too?
The cooking shows, yes, it's going to be every other Saturday. Anything that I do for Famiglia Doro is going to be pre-recorded. Okay. And then when it launches, that content will be out there.
Okay.
But I create trailers,
Okay, like that basically like people can see and preview the episode of what's coming next.
Yeah.
Keep the audience guessing that.
Yeah.
Very smart marketing. Y'all better take notes. You got an entrepreneur. Here she goes. She out here preaching now, cooking and preaching now.
Thank you. Well, I've learned from along the way, networking, other people teaching me. So.
Yes. So let's get into the Famiglia Doro TV. Now, I remember when I first got hip to it. I was in it's this Facebook group on Facebook. Well, obviously Facebook. It's a Facebook group, and Donald. Shout out Donald, boy. We're gonna have him on the show too next.
I need to get an interview with him before Famiglia Doro launches.
Yes. He's really the plug for real. He's really the plug.
And he shows mad love. He has no problem giving you the gems, and you don't meet a lot of people that's that humble to do that.
Yeah. And a lot of information that he gives people, he could charge, but he's giving it to the people. Like he's giving opportunities to people, and it's a true blessing.
It is.
So how did you and Donald end up linking up? I met him through the Facebook group because he made a post and I commented, and then we started talking from there. And ever since, we started doing business. How did you guys?
It was pretty much the same. He made a post and I saw it and I was like, because I originally had been approached about another TV app, but they never, got back to me. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, let me see, inquire about it. And I started talking to him and he was telling me like, we could talk now. We talked that night. We talked for about 2 hours. And it was like that one thing in your mind, like, is this real? You know what I mean? Like, this can't be real. You know what I'm saying? But it was.
Yeah, because at first I was a little nervous because I'm like, okay, this is a big opportunity, and it seems a little bit too good to be true.
Yeah, I was like, nah, yeah. It's too sweet. It's too sweet. I ain't never had sugar like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it was like then when we started chopping it up and he started breaking down everything to me and how everything goes and like the opportunity that he has, like a lot of and a lot of opportunity like that, usually people they would try to, oh well, there's a down payment or something like that, or you
Yeah.
gotta do this and this and that. Like he is willing and able with open arms to help others.
Yes.
And so shout out to Donald. You're the man. Gonna
Yes.
have you on both our shows, so I hope you're watching.
Definitely.
I'm gonna send him this link too. I was supposed to send him a link to my last podcast, but I forgot. Don, I ain't forgot about you. Just in case you're watching, I ain't forgot about you now. But yeah, that is such a blessing though. So let me go back to my notes real quick, everybody. I know everybody's wondering like, why are you looking at the screen? Let's go back to the notes. So let's get into the Clathhet accessories and fashion.
Okay, so Clathhet, the name Clathhet came. It's two words put together, so it's classy ratchet, and I came up with that name because I've always gotten backlash for the way that I dress. I love my ripped jeans. Sometimes I'll get them and they might not have enough rips. I put more in them. I love my crop tops. I mean, I love my off the shoulders. But the thing is the way I wear it. It's very presentable. It's not what people say ratchet. You know what I mean? So that's why I said Clathhet. I'm Clathhet. You know what I'm saying? I'm classy with a little bit of ratchet. And so that's how I came up with the name. But right now I'm selling. If you go on my website, you'll see that I'm selling clothing for other brands and stuff right now. I've trademarked my name and I'm working on getting my own clothing line out there.
Okay. So what was the trademark process like? Like how because I've been trying to trademark my brand and my name too and whatnot. So can you give
Go
like
through the Secretary of State. LegalZoom is very expensive. It's outrageously expensive. And that's how I filed my nonprofit, and after the fact I was like, wow, that was a lot of money, and come to find out I didn't even have to pay. I could have registered it for free, but I paid them like $800 to yeah.
LegalZoom, we watching you. We watching you. LegalZoom.
But I was just learning, jumped out there on my own, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it is what it is. I accomplished what I needed to accomplish.
Oh yeah, it was always you always made you became a success out of it. That's all that matters, you know. You just know, for the better, and plus you can help others, in the future, just in
Yeah.
case. So it's all good at the end of the day. It's all good. But you said, can you go through the process again? You said go through the
Through
state
the
directory.
Minnesota Secretary of State in your state.
Okay.
You go on there online. You can pay for it online. I only paid $75 to have mine's trademark. I don't know how much it is in your state, if it's the same or not. They'll even run a check, like when you put the name, they'll run a check to make sure that the name is not taken. So.
Okay, because I remember I went on YouTube and they told me to. I went on YouTube and I went on this one channel. They told me to go on this website. They told me to go to one of the government websites, and then you type in the name, and then like you have to because they it was more than $75.
And I learned that mistake too.
Yeah.
And then I made them refund me my money because it was like they charged me $300, but then it was saying that it didn't trademark my name. It was a payment to make sure that the name wasn't taken by this and that. And I'm like, yeah, this don't sound right. So I had them refund me my money, and then I went on the Secretary of State and I did it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
So those sites they're just asking for money that's unnecessary to ask for. You don't have to do all that.
Yeah. Facts. Because the crazy part was like when I was 'cause I got an LLC for my personal training business, my kickboxing business, and I forgot what website it was, but it was this website on. So I was on Twitter. No, I was on TikTok. I was just scrolling. Just watching like informative videos, and then they said, "Oh yeah, come to this website and you can get your LLC for this and this and that, and get your logo, yada yada." I'm like, okay, yeah, let me
And then
feel
what
this.
they don't tell you is they're gonna try to charge you every month. And you don't have to be charged every month. You only have to pay a one-time fee and renew it every year,
Yeah,
not monthly.
yeah. And it was like overly expensive because like they have like you can get it in your name, you can get your logo, you can get a website and all this. But then like I went on YouTube about it and I was just like, this is a ripoff.
Yeah.
On
Do
top
you
of
need a website?
do I need one?
Yeah.
I currently have one, but I
Oh,
could
okay.
use a more professional one because right now I have a beacons.ai. And it's a good website, but I want to have like a website. You feel me,
Talk to Donald,
Donald?
and you're gonna be shocked at the price.
See, I thank you God for Donald. I don't know where Donald came from, but man, matter of fact, shout out to my boy T Wells, aka Center Legend, because he told me. I remember one time, it was like years ago. He was like, "Bro," because like I didn't have a Facebook for a while because I was just like I wasn't really rocking with Facebook for a minute. I was just like, "Nah, I don't need a Facebook. I'm cool. I got other social medias anyway." He said, "Bro, get in these, make a Facebook again." And get in those Facebook groups because you'll be able to meet with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, whatever. I'll think about it. But then, like, once I reactivated my Facebook and then I started getting in them groups, I was like, he's right. There's so many people in there, and just ended up meeting Donald. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
because
saying?
originally when I first started podcasting, I was using Clubhouse a lot to get guests and stuff, and then I had met somebody on there, she's a producer. Well, she does production, like she produces shows, put it like that. And I would pay her, you know what I'm saying, a certain amount a month to bring, get guests. And then I was like, okay, I had just joined groups for my nonprofit. And then I was like, well, maybe there's some groups for podcasting. Lo and behold, there was. And it was like, I started getting guests like that to the point where I didn't even, I'm sorry, I don't mean, I didn't need her, you know what I'm saying? But, that was, it saved me a little bit more money, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you could post and you could have a guest by tomorrow.
Yeah. I remember I made a post about my podcast in the Facebook group where I met Donald at, but this was before I met him. I made I somewhat I exaggerated a little bit, but it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to spice it up a little. Add a little seasoning on that. You know what I'm saying? I had over 100 comments in that post, and my DMs were so full, like it was just like I was like, oh yeah, just inbox, DM me, send me a DM, send me a DM. And I was at work. I was at work sometimes, and then like I was just like my DMs were just flooded with people. And I still have some people, that are still lined up. And it got to a point like now, especially with the StreamYard, so I got hip to StreamYard.
Yeah.
It's been on basically a daily thing now.
Yeah. I was doing Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and then Sundays. I fell back. Now I'm only doing Sundays. Eventually I'm gonna pick those days back up. But right now I'm focusing on, the TV shows that I'm working on. So I have to kind of pace myself sometimes. I don't want to put too much on me because it's been times where I'm up till 5 o'clock in the morning working on things.
Yeah. Like I know exactly what you mean. Like, cause it seems like now, especially like now that I have like my mindset right and I have like the businesses lined up, like now when I get up, it's straight to work. Like I try to do like I try to go to sometimes I try to work out. Like I'll do like my cardio day or I'll have like leg day or something like that. But sometimes I just be too tired.
Yeah.
So if I just lay in the bed, I just go straight. Like this morning, I woke up and I was like, okay, I did a podcast yesterday, but the day before that, like, cause the day before I had somebody else do a podcast. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just work on this video editing. I'm gonna work on this. That way, on my social medias, I can post something early in the morning. That way, cause some people, as soon as they get up, they get on social media. That way, in the morning, like, as soon as they get up, they're like, oh, he got another podcast, or he got another guest. This and that. Post that, go about my day. Then after I get off, after I get off work, because I work on the campus I live at, and it makes it a lot easier to have access to like working, on my business. Plus, like on the job, I can be on my phone, so it's like working throughout the day, networking on my phone, doing social media or whatnot. After work, either do a podcast and hit the gym, or hit the gym and do a podcast, and it's just like an all day thing now. I don't mind it because it's just like I'm finally in a position like to do my own business. And eventually, on the job, and what I do isn't bad. It's not hard, and the checks is pretty decent. But eventually down the line, I want to be doing like instead of me working from 8 to 5 for somebody else, that time, and eventually it will be for my business, especially when the Famiglia Doro TV, jump off. Because where I live at right now, it's a growing city, like on the real estate side, on the business side, and
Yeah.
it's a college town, and like in the MSU, um, it's like I said, it's a college town, and it's a lot out here, but they don't like they're a little bit far. They're a little bit behind, but I know how to like interact with people and get things, get things out here that really wasn't out here or that needs a little bit more, So eventually down the line, put in my little 2 weeks or whatnot, and work full time. But it's just a process. It's all in the process.
Yeah. Yep. And patience is a virtue.
Yes, very. Y'all heard that? Patience. Patience. Y'all need to have that patience now. So let me ask you this though. So what were some of the biggest struggles that you had personally when you were getting started with all of your businesses?
Um, so I'll start with the nonprofit. I was trying to build a board. That's a struggle. I still don't really have a big board. I have, people, a couple people that, has, helps me out when I'm, doing little events and stuff like that. Um, it's you because you want to find the right people. They have to have that compassion and that heart, that caring side of them. So you got to make sure you're bringing on the right people and making sure that they're in it for the right reasons. Um, the podcast, oh gosh, the struggles with that. I'll say my biggest struggles with the podcast is guests, because a lot of times people they'll say they want to come on for an interview or whatever, and then when that day comes, and the thing is I try to make sure I communicate along the way. So if we have an interview set up for Thursday, I'm going to hit you Wednesday to confirm, but then I'm also going to hit you a couple hours on Thursday before the show as well. And I have gotten all the way to that point. They have confirmed, and then they either no show, or once I send the link, oh, I'm not going to make it, this or that. Find time to tell me, So that's my biggest struggle.
Yeah.
Outside of people feeling some type of way because they're not allowed to wear bonnets and scarves.
Like I feel you on that, especially on the guest side. Like I remember those at one point I invited literally over 200 people on the show because I was on Snapchat, I was on social media. I was like, you know what? I need to get people on this podcast. I was thirsty for guests. So I wrote down something I just copied and pasted. A lot of people, some people, they were kind enough to say, oh, I'm cool. I'm not really interested. Okay, that's cool. Other people didn't even bother reading the message. Other folks, they left me on red. And then it's just like, okay, well, and the thing was like, some people think like a lot, some people think that like I'm trying to get them for clout or attention, but it's just like here's the thing. I've been doing this podcast for so long without people that I went international. I'm only asking you as a guest because I feel like you would be an interesting person. I don't need you, to
Yeah.
be honest. I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than anybody,
No, you're
but
telling the truth
I'm
because
telling the truth.
you can have a guest come on. Say, let's say an artist. If you're an artist and you're coming on to do an interview, and especially if you're coming on anybody's platform, you're getting exposure. But for some reason, they think they're doing you a favor.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, I gotta plug my laptop up.
I like that
Yeah,
chair, by the way.
thank you. They think they're doing you a favor.
Yeah, and like that's what kind of irks me. Like, cause especially like there's some people like even in my hometown, I see people who are trying to start businesses and whatnot. I'm like, okay, we from the same city. Let's collab. Let's do this. Let's do that. And some people they'll be like, oh, people don't want to give me a chance. People don't want to do this. People don't want to, show no love. I'm trying to help you out right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can be heard from all these different countries, different cities. Like my girl Gina Payne. Shout out Gina Payne. About to have she was like my third podcast guest that I ever had. She was like my third, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She was top 3. She was in the top 3. But like some people, I had her on my podcast. Some people heard, some people bought some because she's an author. She's an author. So some people bought some books because of that. You know what I'm saying? They heard her on the podcast. And it's just like me personally, I'm not the type to try to use somebody to try to, I'm not. I take it like this, especially if it comes to getting money or if it comes to like business. Everybody, at least on my team, my rule is everybody getting paid and everybody getting paid fairly. Everybody's getting treated equally and everybody is going to be treated right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you do good business. But a lot of people don't understand that. And the thing is, it's crazy because some people, they won't do business with me, even though I'm one of the most trustworthy people that they know and that other people know, but they'll do business with a scammer that knows that's going to rip them off. And then once they get ripped off, oh, I don't trust nobody. Well, I mean, hello, you knew that.
Yeah. I've even had co-hosts that were, they were co-hosts and didn't support the show. It's like they just kind of show up and they're in discussion. So to me, you're not a co-host, you're just a regular guest. They've never shared a flyer, never shared the live, and it's like you're a part of something. Why wouldn't you want to, But I never sweat it because I always have the mentality like I'm gonna do what I set to do and get where I want to go, regardless.
Facts. Y'all heard that? Londa ain't playing out here with y'all, man. So Londa, so aside from what we already talked about, what are some, you don't got to tell me everything, but what are some other things that's going on in Londa's world that's in the process? What else is going on the entrepreneur side?
That's pretty much it. Working on for the TV network, working on my clothing brand. The nonprofit. The nonprofit is the biggest thing right now. Right now, I do have a donation going on because I'm trying to do my Adopt a Family Christmas giveaway again this year. I did it last year with the help of my daughter and another person. We did, let me see, I did 4, my daughter did 1, so that's 5. And the other person, I think she did about 5 families. And I really enjoyed it. It made me feel good to be able to, help these people and give them these gifts. So I want to do it again. So I got a donation going on. I would love to do more families if I could. So.
Okay. So when I'm glad you came on the show.
Thank you.
Show. And then I really mean real talk, because it means a lot, because now when I have people on the show and I'm like, and we have like good conversations and whatnot, it brings back the memories of like when I first started podcasting. Like nobody was listening, nobody cared, nobody wanted to be a guest. And now I'm just like, this feels good. This feels good, especially having like good people with good intentions on here.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you ever go back and watch like shows when you first started? Do you ever go back and look at your shows?
No.
I do. I go back and I look at my shows, and it was like when I would talk, you could kind of tell I was kind of like rehearsed, or I would have like paper, like a piece of paper taped up that I'm trying to read. So I'm trying to look at the camera and talk at the same time. It was crazy. But now I'm just like, whatever, I just talk.
Yeah, like it's just like sometimes I don't like hearing myself talk. Like I'll listen to myself talk for a minute and I'll just be like, oh no, let me just turn this off. But like that's like a comfort zone I need to leave, because it's just like, it's just like me. It's like some people. It's just like some actors, for instance. Like for example, some actors, they like acting, but they don't like watching the movies that they in. Like they'll do it, but they'll be like, okay. They'll be like, oh, you want to watch this movie you're in? No, I'm cool. But
It's
that's
a
just
good thing to watch though, because that also taught me how to perfect my craft. You know what I mean? Like I will go back and watch the shows, and then I will see things, and I'm like, oh no, okay, I got to work on that, or I want to change. I want this way. We can't be doing that. I want this look. So that's how I kind of designed my platform.
Yeah, I'm definitely working on that, because I just need, like I said, I just need to leave that comfort zone. I recognize I've gotten better, because especially how from when I first started podcasting, a lot of those old episodes, I just, I had to delete, because I was like, you was doing a little bit too much on this one. Like my very, very first one, I was going, like I downloaded Anchor, but I never like used it. And then one day I got mad at one of my old bosses because he was doing me dirty. Ooh, it was bad. Like I didn't even have an introduction. I was just like, oh yeah, this and that, yada da, boom boom, da 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 da, just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but then after a while, I was like, some of that stuff I just need to for one, I need to let go, and for two, it's just like, especially when I started like having more people like from all these different countries listen, all these different cities, I was like, I don't want to be remembered as the angry black man,
Yeah.
And plus me was when I was getting older and everything, I'm just like, I just need to change up a little bit. Like some people were like, oh, you should keep the old episodes. I was like, nah. Some of them, because I ain't even gonna lie, some of them could have got me in a lot of beef with a lot of people from back home. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because stuff that I said was true, but the way I said it and certain things that I said about it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, and you always have to think for the future too, because even though you might not have deleted them and they were still out there, and then nobody might not have really sweated it too much, but then when you make it to a certain part in life, then they'll come back up.
Yep, sure will. And I had to remember that too. I was like, because just say one day I'm doing something back home, and then they're like, oh, this podcast blew up. Somebody who don't like me is going to see somebody who I had a problem with and be like, oh yeah, he was talking crazy about you.
Yeah.
He was doing this or he was acting like that. And I was like, yeah. And I'll admit, like, yeah, I definitely was dogging some people. Because, they push you, they in a way, they put that on themselves, because they did me dirty. They was talking crazy about me behind my back, smiling in my face, all types of stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, we gonna do that. Well, I got another topic to talk about. And
you can talk about it. Just talk about it subliminally. You don't have to name drop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I was Mr. Subliminal. But if certain people heard those episodes, they would have know exactly who I was talking about.
But you
But
didn't name drop, so
yeah, I was. But we
yeah.
moved on.
You
We
I know
moved.
you heard the saying all the time, the customer is always right.
Yep.
And I used to always feel like, no, the customer is not always right. I always had that attitude, but now since I've started my own businesses and things like that, that is my mentality. You know what I'm saying? And I can know that a person could be dead wrong, but I am going to try to, smooth things over with you to keep that business, friendship, or not friendship, but you know what I'm trying to say, to where I'm not getting bad reviews or you're not getting on social media slamming me or whatever. I will ghost from a situation quick and won't respond. I'm not going to give you that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. And that's what I had to learn too. Like certain situations, you just don't like sometimes it's best to walk away, especially if you got opportunities to lose. Because a lot of times the people that you got problems with, they don't got nothing to lose. That's why they stay in problems. That's why they
Yes.
stay, they stay in drama. They stay in whatever mess that they stay in. But if you got something, and how people are, everybody, oh, you soft, or if I was you, I would have did this. Well, if you were me, you would have lost all this opportunity. You would have lost all this money. You would have
Yes.
lost basically everything I worked for. So it's a good thing that you not me, because I'm a smarter me than what you would have been if you were me.
Yes.
And and sometimes it sucks. Like people, it sucks. Sometimes for those of y'all who respond to everything, sometimes it sucks. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes
You don't have to respond. Like, actually, you know, I worked a job. I used to work a night job at Coles back when I was like 26 or something. And it was this one lady, she just didn't like me. And it was like, she would always come to me. She was kind of like, I don't know if she was a team leader. She wasn't a supervisor, but she would always come to me about something, but I would never respond to her. And she could never get nothing on me because even though I'm not responding to you, I'm working. So you can't say, and yeah, she wasn't working. I was working all night, but I didn't respond to you because you didn't hold a manager's badge. So you need to go on back over there in your little corner and leave me alone. See, you can kill a person with kindness, and when you kill them with quiet, you don't respond. That kills them even more than they can't get you out of your body.
Yes, because some people, and I recognize that too. Some people, when you just like, all right, and just keep it pushing, that triggers them even more because they're so used to people either responding the wrong way or feeling some type of way. Like, and I read people, like if I go to a job and I read people, like there's certain people I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just stay away from this person because I know they're gonna get on my nerves. But because they, like you said, the team lead, not you ain't a manager, you ain't. You probably you probably in real life hate what you do, but you want to move up. So you feel like, oh, I'm just gonna treat everybody who's below me a certain type of way. But you just gotta, sometimes instead of quitting, it's just best to just ignore them. But
Yep.
at the same time, I've been in situations where it's like, oh yeah, you need to get out of here
Yeah.
because it's getting a little bit too far, especially if management don't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Because I personally, I'm the type like we can talk one on one and we can talk like adults, and we don't got to tell management nothing. But if it gets to a point where I have to tell management, I don't want to, but it's gonna get to a point if I don't tell management, I'm gonna tell you off.
Yeah.
And if it gets to that, and it's gonna be all bad. But if management don't listen, if management don't care, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like it's over with because especially if you have like I'm sure you've had racist bosses before. Like I've had plenty of them, and it's just like yeah. They get mad. Some of them got mad because I didn't put my 2 week notice in. I'm not putting up with 2 more weeks of your bullshit because if I do, Y'all know y'all can call the police. I had a boss call the police on me while I was leaving because I dogged him out so bad because he was talking crazy. Like dude was cussing at us and saying we didn't do this, saying we didn't do that. I looked at him. I was like, I kept it real. I told him how I felt. I told him exactly who he was and who he wasn't and who he was trying to be, but really wasn't. And I made him cry. I made this guy cry. And while I was leaving, he was like, "You need to do this and this." I'm like, "Man, I'm like," and I was like, "You can't fire me because I quit. I'm leaving." He's on the phone. You need to leave right now. Called the police. Like 6 cops pulled up because he was racist white man, exaggerating. Oh, great, black man did this and this and that. It was like 6 because one of the employees called me. He was like, "Bro, like there's like 6 cops up here." He said this and this and that, yada yada. And then in the team meeting, I knew I had him because my friend told me about the team meeting. He said, "Oh well, if," and he was holding back tears. Bad. They said he was holding back tears. He said, "Oh well, if I wasn't this and this and that, I probably would have whooped his ass." Boy, you ain't. Boy, whoa! I heard that. I was like, man, y'all lucky. I got something planned for me that's gonna do me better than what was going on there because, whoo, that's one of the reasons why they didn't want me to come to the meeting because they knew like he knew it was about to go down, but he wanted to talk his shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because he could feel tough, but everybody knows. And then after that, like when I stood up against him, everybody else started standing up against. So whenever he started talking crazy, people was like, "Nah, you ain't about to be talking crazy to me." But I set the example. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. I let
Yeah.
it go. Let it go like Keisha Cole, baby. It ain't no biggie.
So, you're the hub manager. Oh, I want to ask you a question. So you're the hub manager for Missouri, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so are you planning on any content or are you just managing the app?
I have so many ideas for
Don't
the
they just be running through your mind?
like. Oh my goodness! Like remember I told you earlier, like this is a growing city. This is the perfect time to put this up here because like MSU for instance, a couple years back, football team was trash, basketball team was trash. Like to be honest, not saying the players were, but the win percentage was speaking for itself. Now that the football team's doing really well, basketball team's doing really well. The school like the perform like theater. What's crazy is theater is really big in Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like the theater community, like there's so much out here, and there's so many like businesses, and crazy like there's so many up and coming black businesses out here, and there's so much money flourishing. I got so much. I got so many ideas for the city. It's ridiculous, and some people be like, "Oh, why would you want to put it here? Springfield ain't got nothing. This is that." No, it's because a lot of people who think like that, all they do is party, drink, and smoke.
Yeah.
Y'all don't got a business mindset. Like, and the thing is, like, they're constantly building like homes, apartments, new businesses, like all around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what Springfield is. Springfield is the 3rd largest city in Missouri, and a lot of people with the smaller surrounding cities, they always come to Springfield because St. Louis and Kansas City is too far. I Springfield, y'all about to be on the map. Let's just say that. Let's just say that because there's a lot. Like I got, I want to do so much out here. I'm gonna do so much out here. I just gotta get I just gotta get a couple things set up. But like it's y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Y'all who say Springfield boring, don't got nothing out here. I'm gonna put it all out here. Y'all gonna see. Yolanda, glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Glad to
You
be
got,
here.
do you got time?
Yeah.
You got time? Okay, okay. Cause The time on the anchor is about to run out, but I'm gonna start over a new one real quick. So
So Anchor's time.
yeah, when you record it, you can only do like an hour at a time.
Okay.
But I can just start it over after after the hours up. We got about 20 seconds left. So I'm gonna just let the clock run down. But everybody on the Anchor app, make sure y'all go to candymantv.com, CandyManeTV.com, so y'all can see the live episodes from all my social medias, and we'll be back after these commercial breaks. Perfect. We still live though on the live Facebook. Y'all don't turn off the live now. We still out here. Don't turn off the live now. Yolanda part 1. We're gonna save that. And we're about to go back on the podcast in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the podcast. It's your boy Candyman. Y'all listen to the Candy Shop heard in 55 countries. We got today Yolanda McKinzie, the entrepreneur, in the building. We are live off my personal Facebook page, my Facebook like page, Candyman TV, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We're all live. We're also reporting from Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, CastBox, Radio Public, Podvine, Pocket Casts, Overcast, Castro, Podbean, Listen Notes, and Podchaser. We back from the commercial. For those of you who just seen the audio or listen to the audio only, make sure y'all go check out this live stream. It's on and popping. Shout out to the people that's tuned in right now, that's been tuned in every other day that we've been on here. Yolanda, how you feeling right now?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What you got any plan? It's Friday. It's Friday, ain't it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's Friday. What you got planned for Friday? You got anything planned tonight?
I'm a grandmother, so I'm babysitting tonight.
How old are the grandkids?
So the oldest is 13. Then I have an 8-year-old, 4, 3 of them are 3, and then I have a 1-year-old.
Oh, so you got the whole Brady bunch.
7.
Yeah. How does it? How do you like being a grandma?
It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, I want to be a grandparent one day. Well, I want to be a parent one day, but I'm not ready yet. I need to get them finances together.
Yeah.
Factual. So, with the let's go back to Famiglia Doro TV. Now, with Famiglia Doro TV, I just had a crazy question, and it just slipped my mind. But you know what? It's all good. With Famiglia Doro TV, I'm gonna ask another one. So with the Famiglia Doro TV, do you have any people that want to be under your hub station right now, or is that still in process?
I do have one person that I just brought onto Famiglia Doro TV. She as a director for Minnesota.
Okay.
And I've been putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. What would she be like a director? Like would she be working with you on your shows?
Basically, no, like how Donald is the go-to right now.
Right.
She would be the go-to for Minnesota. Anything here, she's the go-to.
Oh, okay. So you got one person under your belt. I'm still working on mine, but we gonna get there. We definitely gonna get there. So
I'm building my team because he told me to start building my team. So I'm trying to build it.
Okay. So what kind of hobbies do you have outside of the business, outside of Famiglia Doro, outside of the clothing line and the accessories, and outside of the nonprofit? What other hobbies do you have? Like what kind of other things do you enjoy out there?
I might get together with my friend here and then, go out, have drinks or something, or kick it for a birthday or something. But honestly, I'll say within the last year or so, I haven't really been big on that. You know, it used to be my thing. Club, okay. What time to be ready? Okay. But it's not really that big of a thing to me anymore. I'm a homebody. When I'm not working on Clathhet, Lady Zinnias, or the podcast, it's the ID channel for me, or
Mhm.
my favorite TV show. So
What are some of your favorite shows?
okay, so I watch a lot of the shows on the ID channel. I love Joe Kenda. I don't know if you're familiar with that show. I also watch TV One. I love For My Man. What is the other one? For My Man and I can't think of the name right now. Um, House of Pain. Do not bother me.
Ah, that's your jam.
I watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac, Basketball Wives, Sisters. Those are my shows, and I also watch a lot of the reality shows as well. Like I've been following a lot of the Zeus reality shows because I also do gossip, celebrity gossip on Thursdays and Fridays. I haven't been doing it, but yeah, I have a whole group created just for that.
Okay, okay. Any so do you are you a big fan of like the streaming services at all or anything, or you just or do you not really into
I
those?
actually became a fan of the streaming services because I think it was either Direct TV. Yeah, that was the last cable service I was with. It was $75 for 2 years, and then once the 2 years was up, then it was a regular price. Well, I tried to switch to a cheaper package, and then it was like I was missing certain channels that I watch, and then they wouldn't let you do add-ons. I was like, you know what, screw you. I'm moving on to the streaming. It's cheaper.
Yeah, I look because I remember I like when I was in Canton, I worked at this place called VXI. And those of you in Canton, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. The job that literally everybody in Canton worked at least probably like 95% of the population worked there at least once. We was selling direct TV. And it was like if you oh man, they get you with them plans. Like the first 2 years, like you was right. Like yeah, the first 2 years, like oh yeah, it's sweet, and then after that, boop, that
Yep.
price go up so crazy on you,
Yeah.
And it was just like what really got a lot of men to buy it if they were like really sports guys was that NFL Sunday ticket.
Yeah.
Like around football season when it was basically about to start and during they wanted that direct TV because I think like for the first year it was like free, but you could watch like up to 8 games at the same time. So it was like, for a sports fan, you're winning.
Yeah.
But then after that, oh,
Yep.
them
So I
top.
just
Ooh.
so like I keep my Philo. That's my main app because it has pretty much all of the cable channels on it except for Bravo. So I pay for Hulu seasonal. When I want to watch Housewives of Potomac in Atlanta, and when the season is over, I'm not paying. So
Hey, gotta get, you gotta do what's best for you.
yeah,
Man, I like the streaming services too because like they're just so convenient. But like streaming services is really taking over. Like
yeah,
I remember like just recently like the NFL like Thursday night games you gotta watch them on Amazon Prime now. Like they don't have them on regular TV no more. And a lot of people was mad, but it's just like that's where the money's going. These streaming services, that's where all the money's going. But
yep,
like I got my streaming services because I got Peacock because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big WWE fan. Always been ever since I was a kid. So I watch, the pay they got the pay-per-views on Peacock. And it's only like $10 a month. So I was like,
mm-hmm.
why not? $10 a
Yep,
month? So why not? I got HBO Max because they got the good movies on there. And my roommate got Amazon Prime, so I got the plug on the Amazon Prime. My homie Sam, he got the Disney Plus, and he was like, "Oh, bro, you can use my Disney Plus if you want." I was like, "Yes." So I get to watch the the Marvel movies, the Disney shows and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what friends are for. If you got some friends and y'all got streaming services, share with each other. You know what I'm saying? Go,
Like 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 how you say sub for sub, app for
yeah,
app.
sub for sub, app for app. I got that Amazon Prime. You like that Thursday night football. You know what I'm saying? We got the plug over here. You just give me that little password, I give you mine. We ain't even got to split the bill. We just, channel for
You got
channel.
an app, okay? You paying for that one? I'll pay for that one. It's cheaper on both right prices. We all get to watch what we want to watch.
Hey, it's a 50-50 trade. Everybody wins and everybody's happy. You
Yep.
know. But I know, like, some people, they got all the streaming. They got Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO Max. They got everything, and I just be like, man. I mean, like, I don't have too much time to watch TV, but when I get a chance to watch, like, the shows that I like or the movies that I want to see or whatever, I do. But like having all the streaming services, I was like, dog.
It doesn't really make sense in some cases because some of them you're gonna see kind of the same thing. And like I said, Philo, or they have all the major, TV networks like BET, LMN, Lifetime Movie Network, TV One. I mean, they have the major ones. The only one that is not on there is Bravo. If Bravo was on there, I wouldn't be paying for nothing else.
How much is Philo? Because I need ESPN.
$25 a month.
$5.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Right. Philo, I'm coming for you. $5 because because like mostly if I do watch cable, mostly I watch is like the news, ESPN. I might watch a couple other things here and there, but $5, shoot, I can do $5 a month now.
No, 25.
Oh, 20. I thought you said
25.
5. I was
No,
like
25.
4.
25.
Ooh,
Yeah.
25 ain't bad though.
No, that's not bad.
Shoot. 25 of the Philo. Let me write that down. Philo. You said FILO?
PHILO.
Oh, okay. I seen that too. Okay, I've seen that a couple times, but I just kept scrolling past. I was like, man, it's probably okay, whatever. It's probably like Pluto TV or whatever. One of those other one. I gotta Philo. I'm so sorry.
VH1. All of those shows, all of those networks are on there.
Oh yeah, we about to sign up. We about to sign up for that Philo. Man, that's crazy. But yeah, them streaming services, like that's crazy how like streaming just got so crazy. Especially like you said, like we were talking earlier, like the pandemic, that's what really put a lot of streaming services on like crazy too, because a lot of people they wasn't working, they had the kids, and that's when that's when most of the streaming service was on that discounted rate.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, oh yeah, you at home? Come on, watch a couple. Watch some TV. You come on. We get a little discount. And some of these streaming services, they got like little bundles, like Disney Plus got something where like you can have Disney, ESPN, and I think Hulu. Like all three. You pay for the little package. I'm like, dang, like they really not playing out here.
Nope.
Streaming services.
Mm-mm.
Man, but y'all better, the best one that's gonna be out is gonna be that Famiglia Doro TV. I heard,
Yes, because we come with strong content, good content.
I heard some good things about them. Not because
Yeah, we can't speak a lot, but yeah, it's big. So I just feel bad for the people who may overlook it, bypass this suite, because right now it's sweet, but once it's locked in, you can still get on there, but it's not going to be as sweet. I had somebody ask me the other day, is this legit? Yeah, it's legit.
It's new. We the underdogs right now. We the underdogs, but it's gonna get to a point. The way Donald got everything set up, Hulu, Netflix, all of them, they probably won't be calling us up like, hey, we need some, we're trying to collab, we trying to do this, we trying to do that. And you know I'm taxing on that dollar. Y'all got it. Don't try to play now.
Run me my
Netflix,
money.
all that. Speaking of that, do you got Netflix?
My daughter has an account. I don't watch Netflix really, so really the only time Netflix is played is when the grandkids come over and they get the remote and they turn to it.
Okay. Because Netflix, I ain't gonna lie, Netflix, they be having they be having some shows like they be having some shows. But I need to get on that Philo.
Yeah.
Die line. Philo. Need that. $25 a month. Y'all can't beat that. Y'all just want that regular, that we're on the right. Now if you got that, like you said, that Bravo ain't on there. But you know,
If
hey.
Bravo was on there, oh, it would be so sweet.
Ooh.
TV One wasn't on there at first. And I would email them and ask them, like, when are you guys gonna put TV One on there? The other show is Finding My Man, or no, For My Man and Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. I heard. What's Fatal Attraction? I've heard
Okay,
about
so
it.
have you ever watched Snapped?
Snapped.
That was it's another one of those shows that's pretty much based on it. I will say it was more centered towards women because a lot of women killing their husbands and stuff for insurance, or sometimes it would be situations where the daughter brought home a guy, the parents didn't like him, and then they would kill the parents and all this type of stuff. Fatal Attraction is kind of like that, but it's a little different. These are people killing out of passion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of it's black.
Okay, because I think I heard of Fatal. Most I heard of Fatal Attraction like on Twitter. You know, like people be talking on Twitter. At least my followers, they always be talking about some TV shows.
Yeah.
I need to watch that. Definitely need to get hip. So we talked about the streaming services. You got me hip to the Philo. You got me hip to the grandkids. The cooking show. Got me a little hungry over here. Think about that food. So like, are you? Let me ask you this. Let me get a little personal. Not too personal. So like with family, like, are you like really close with your family?
Certain ones.
Certain ones. That's understandable. It's understandable. Cause like I'm kind of the same way. Like I'm trying to. I really want to be like more family orientated. But in some ways, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like because I remember like back when I was a kid, like I remember like family reunions was like a regular thing. Like even if it didn't happen all the time, you would hear about it more often. Even with other families, you would hear like, "Oh yeah, we just had a family reunion. Oh yeah, we have one too. This is that." Nowadays, it's like family reunions like it don't exist for real.
Yeah, I'm 50 and we've never had a family reunion that I recall.
Man, that's crazy. You don't look 50 though.
Thank you.
Black don't crack, y'all. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's just definitely something, man. So for sure, man. I'm definitely. One of these days though, I'm gonna have to hop on your podcast. Every we get time, we can definitely do a little collab. We definitely do something in the near future.
Yeah, because I do have I be having like a lot of topics, and I'll be like, I want a man on this topic too. I like to get it man, woman. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh yeah, I trust me. I hop on the topic for sure. Like, cause I'm the type like I'm gonna just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna speak from my perspective and my
Yeah.
experience, but I'm gonna keep it real. Like,
That's what I want, and I always tell people like, you can. This is a platform where you can speak your mind. You're not gonna be judged. It's agree to disagree. We're gonna do it respectfully because everybody's not gonna agree all the time.
right.
So you have to understand if you're a person that feels like your opinion is just your opinion and you can't respect other people's opinions and just be like, I don't agree, but I respect it, it's not the platform for you.
Yep. Straight up. Because like some things that I say, like some people are just like, oh man, he really said that. But like I said, I'm just keeping it real. Like I'm definitely gonna keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? Because people give you give respect. I'm gonna definitely give it. You
Yeah.
know, but like certain topics, like I know like especially with women, like certain things that I say, they'll be like, oh nah, we gonna cancel this nigga. We gonna cancel this, but it's just like, baby, I'm just
I
keeping
got
it
let
real.
me see, Sunday's topic, um are women demasculating men? Um
Yes. Oh,
uh are
top.
you okay with your significant other having a friend of the opposite sex? Um it's three, it's like four. That's two. Oh, does it matter to you if your mate works or not? Like, do you look at your partner equal if they work or not? And that's for men or women. I don't never try to, so yeah.
Well, I can just let me know what topic you want to do. You want me to hop on because
This
I
is
got answers.
Sunday. This is Sunday, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. on Sunday.
Yes.
6 p.m. Sunday. What's going on Sunday? Well, I can. Yeah, we can set something up. Just let me know. We can definitely set something up. I get off at 5 on Sunday. We can definitely talk about. Now, you know, is it okay if I pick which topic I want to join on?
Yeah, that's fine.
We gotta talk about the demasculinization, if that's a word, of men. That needs to be talked about
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't have to worry about getting a photo video release form from you because you are a hub manager for Familiar Doro. So you're good on that part. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Like we definitely gonna chop it up on that one. So y'all better tune in to that one because it's about to get real. About to get real. I will give an answer now, but I don't want to spoil
nope,
it.
save it for the show.
I'm gonna say,
I always save my and because I got this video, and the video is I think the girl might have been the lady's daughter, but I guess her and her guy got evicted, and she went to the mother's house, and the mother said she was welcome to stay, her and the kids, as long as they needed, but he couldn't stay. And he was kind of standing there going back and forth with her as to why. And I was just like, okay, yeah, we got to talk about this. I want to hear other people's opinions on this because I
mm.
know my opinion, but I want to hear other people's opinion.
So you said that the girl, like the guy and the girl got kicked out. So she moved to the mom's house.
She went to the mom's house for a place to stay. The mother told her and her kids, they could stay as long as they like, but the guy couldn't stay.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say okay on that. I'm gonna say okay on that because it's
I'm gonna send you the video when we're done and just save your thoughts.
okay. Okay.
Yep.
Because let's just say there's a couple different scenarios in my head right now.
I understand that.
There's a couple.
But when you watch the video, you're gonna be like, okay, I understand why you. But yeah, I just let you. Yeah.
Yeah. All I gotta say is, man, don't work, he don't eat. But that we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. I didn't see the video yet, so but just saying. But yeah, we can definitely hop on. We can hop on Sunday. Um, just let me know. Just let me know. We in the same time zone, so it ain't gonna be no issue of a delay
Okay.
of time. You know, it is Sunday night football, but I'm gonna be watching football all day during work, so I ain't gonna miss out on nothing. So plus,
Okay.
this is a topic that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
And ladies, I'm just saying that. I'm just gonna tell you now. Some of y'all, I'm gonna hurt some of y'all feelings. Not intentionally, but some answers I say y'all might not like. Y'all might try to cancel me like Andrew Tate, but can't happen. Shout out Andrew Tate. If you ever want to be on the podcast, let me know. But Yolanda, I'm glad I had you on the show. Um, Tell everybody real quick how to get in contact with you and your social medias, your website, any and everything.
All right. So you can find my podcast on Facebook page, SipNTalk with Miss Londa, Famiglia Doro TV. My Instagram is Miss_Londa 2014 Famiglia Doro TV. My YouTube is SipNTalk with Miss Londa, Famiglia Doro TV. My website is ClathhetAccessory.com, the nonprofit, if anybody would like to donate. LadiesZinnia'sInc.com. I have Snap. Matter of fact, I have a link tree. If you go to the Sip and Talk page, you will see that I have a link tree, and it will take you to any of my websites, my Calendly. I also have my booking information there. If you want a personal interview, I have two different prices because I have the regular podcast and then I have interviews for Famiglia Doro TV. So, yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard her. Make sure y'all go show some love. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Show some love. Show some love. Black people, show love.
Grab your drinks, pull up, jump in the discussion. We be having some good, deep discussions.
Yeah, and if y'all got them recipes, y'all better get on board.
Yep.
Get on board. Y'all got some recipes. Y'all better whip it up. Because you know some people, they love like, oh, I'm the best cook out here. Oh, let's see something.
Yeah.
Let's see something. Cook something up for your boys. So, me and Yolanda, cook up a plate. Let me taste a little sample. Give me a little something. But Yolanda, once again, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. I'm very happy to collab with you in the future, for sure. Everybody, make sure you go. Those listening on any of the platforms without the visual, make sure you go to my website, candymantv.com, CandyManTV.com, so you can see the live video. And once again, Yolanda, thank you for being on the show. And we out.
See ya. Thank you.
For sure.